Hi, it's Fran from Living Your Greatest Life. Are you or somebody you know trying to co-parent with a really difficult ex? It could be that you are co-parenting, trying to co-parent with a narcissist, and that is toxic and highly, highly difficult. If you are, I'm really glad you're still with us because it's very, very testing. And I'm just going to run through a few other points. There are going to be a series of these videos because there are so many different signs, but I'm going to run through a few more which could maybe trigger something and maybe try to get you to seek help and support to prevent this going any further. Now, depending on the strength of the character of your ex, the father or mother of your children, it could be that if they are quite strong and doggedly want to destroy you, that they will be threatening, just like they may have threatened you in the relationship, they will be threatening to ruin you as a parent. And unfortunately, this can include lots of different allegations to various people about you being an unfit parent or having a deficit in some way. And whilst a lot of people would know that this isn't the case, they cleverly craft things so that people around them can actually believe that this is the case, and they start to actually believe in what they're saying. They're very, very cunning and very convincing, and the target parent can actually start to think, am I a really bad parent? And may start to question themselves, just like they would have done within an abusive relationship. So that's something to really watch for, especially when that gets said to you in a text, an email, or verbally. I'm gonna mess you up. I'm gonna do this to you. I'm gonna do that to you. That sort of stuff needs to be logged and stopped straight away. And in their plight to ruin you as a parent could possibly include collecting, gathering evidence, and that could be trying to gather evidence which isn't really evidence in itself, but when used out of context, it could leave a bit of a question mark. Do you understand what I mean? So they may gather maybe text messages that have been out of context, and string things together, and they will use those to show to other people to deflame your character and your ability to be a good mother or father. So yes, the idea is to threaten to ruin you, and they could be showing those things to, maybe even your parents and your friends, your work colleagues. The idea is to ruin your reputation, ruin your friendships, and meanwhile you're trying to make arrangements for little Johnny's after school club. So it's incredibly, incredibly difficult. And for all of those of you that are in this situation, I am amazed, and you are incredibly strong. I know what it is. I've been there. I was there. And it's so hard. So give yourself a pat on the back because you're still here and you're still alive and kicking, and you're still trying, and you're still trying to continue to be a good parent in amongst all of this dysfunction. So yeah, my hats go off to you. Another thing that they could do, narcissists, is kind of harass the other parent until they give in to the demands. So they keep on and on and on and on at you and wear you down, almost like a naughty teenager in a way. So they want something, they want to achieve something, and very often they will then use the child to do that too. So the child then becomes an echo chamber of the parents' demands, and then you may have 2, 3, 4, 5 people saying the same thing. So yeah, that's very, very draining, and incredibly difficult. All of these things really should be noted and logged, and that's why I still maintain, if at all possible, try to have no contact with that other parent. I mean, obviously you have to communicate around the needs of the child, and the child is really all that matters. And it is so hard because you need to protect your children, protect yourself, and yet you've still got to do something which should be, you'd hope, really sort of easy and straightforward for people that have split. But unfortunately, it isn't like that. And people who have never experienced it or are unaware are left scratching their head thinking, well, I just don't get it. Yeah, well, all I can say is you're fortunate if you don't get it. You're really fortunate. Basically, in all of these things, essentially, when the child is involved, I guess they're using the child or children to continue domestic abuse. That's exactly what it is. It's just a continuation through the child or around the child. And, you know, when you're removed from it, it doesn't necessarily mean it stops, it just changes. So they're very clever at going around things, and nothing seems to be an obstacle. That's it from me. I hope that I've made some sense and given you a few signs and indicators. I'll be making a lot more of these videos because, like I said, there are hundreds and hundreds of different signs. So I hope that something has kind of resonated with you, or you've got a better understanding, or maybe you're going to go off and do your own research, have a chat to your friends, family, or maybe you can recognize this in someone else. All right, so that's it from me. I'll see you in my next video.